This time on the Empire, I tell you what it's really like at Summernats. Plenty of tough cars, plenty of horsepower, and plenty of glitz. G'day guys, it's Mark here, and in this episode we're going to talk about what it's really like at Summernats 35. Now this is my first Summernats ever, and I'm a bit of an introvert, so if you're a bit of a party boy, you're probably not going to like my opinion. But a bit more of that later. First up, we're going to take a look at a bit of compilation on a bunch of footage we collected over the weekend. In no particular order, this is what we see at Summernats 35. Now, while I hopefully still have your attention, guys, you can do me a favor, go check out our other channel, More Than a House. Andy and I are renovating a little shack up in the Riverland, which is currently getting flooded. So you can keep up to date with everything we're doing with the renovation side of things over on that channel. I'll leave a link in the description below. More Than a House, do us a huge favor, go subscribe to that one as well. The support means a lot. Now let's get stuck back into this Summernats video. Okay, so rewind about a year ago. This time last year, I purchased tickets to Summernats 35 as a surprise for Andrea. She's been busting my balls for years to go to this event, and I thought what better time to go than the year we finish off her little Tirana. Now we finished that off early in the year, and the plan was to take her first car to her first Summernats, considering she's wanted to go so badly. I've been a little bit apprehensive about the event because what I've heard over the past, but we thought we'd give it a crack and see what it's all about. Now I got told that this event was pretty rough back in the day, but apparently it had gotten a lot better, particularly when it comes to girls. So I was keeping that in mind going in, but we weren't sure what to expect. We're pretty excited leading into it. We got the car ready to go. We trailered it over on the AU, no issues. But it all started when we got there, scrutineering, got through no worries, went to enter the event. First of all, probably one of the most unorganized events I've ever been to. What little signage there was pretty misleading, and it was a bit of an effort just to make it inside to start with. Once we got inside, we seen what it was all about. They have a cruise route around the outside. They have a stage in the middle for the nighttime entertainment. They also have a burnout pad, and on the cruise route, they also have a skid section. Now, as the days go on and as the weekend progresses, I've been told, and it's very true, that people get looser and looser and looser. So the cruise route is not meant to be for burnouts, this is meant to be for cruising. Obviously the burnout pad and skid row is meant to be for burnouts. We pretty much got in there every day, done a couple of laps early in the morning before everyone got too rowdy. Then we parked up out the back where it was really quiet so that the car didn't get damaged, because there were cars there just getting absolutely flogged, and basically people did not care about what they done to other people's cars. It was ridiculous. As the days got on, people got more rowdy and people were frying the tires everywhere they go. And if you have a decent car, don't even bother, because your car's going to get absolutely hammered. People are going to hang off the side of it. You're going to get stone chips all over it. People behind you doing standstills. Like, as soon as people started getting rowdy, we were out of there. We parked up because we spent too much time in this little Tirana to have anything happen to it, and that's the last thing we wanted. Now, we did get told that back in the day it was pretty bad for girls at Summernats. We didn't really see any of that, but having said that, we were very cautious where we went and when we went to certain places. So there were certain areas where people were getting really rowdy later in the day. We just steered completely clear of that. And I also made sure that Andy was very close by at all times, because there were some pretty loose units. Now, in my footage, you'll probably notice there wasn't really much rowdy stuff. We didn't really sort of hang around that sort of crowd, so I didn't actually get much footage. But if you want to see how loose the event actually got, it's only a couple of clicks on YouTube and you'll see that there was all sorts of chaos and carnage. Some of the best things we liked about Summernats was just the sheer quantity of high-end cars and big horsepower cars out in the streets, down in the town of Canberra. Yeah, there was nice cars all about, and it definitely gave us plenty of motivation. Now, around tea time on Friday night, we actually went for a cruise through the campgrounds. That was really cool. It was just like everything seemed to sort of quiet down. The music had just started on the main stage, but a lot of people had retreated to their campgrounds to sort of cook a barbie, and we sort of just cruised up and down the campground, just checking out all the cars, and it was just the coolest campground ever. Like every little camp spot was just hot cars everywhere, and swags and tents and all sorts. So that side of things was really, really cool. doing a hot lap of the campgrounds. It's Friday night and it's starting to sort of quieting down a little bit actually. Like the concerts are on, there's still a little bit rowdy dudes around on the tough street. And we thought we'd take this opportunity to go around the campgrounds and just take a look at some of the cars. So some pretty cool rigs here set up for camping. We also took a cruise into Canberra, checked out Parliament House and that sort of stuff while we're there. We're a little bit surprised by Canberra. It sort of seemed like we wasn't sure what to expect. It's almost like it's the bush and then all of a sudden you're just in the city. It's just a town just plonked in the middle of scrubland. It's really quite weird. But yeah, we sort of checked out Parliament House, done a bit of a cruise, a very quiet little town, a lot smaller than Adelaide. But yeah, overall, we sort of enjoyed the weekend. But as it come time for a close, we were done. We started hitting the road and then we ran into some trouble. Okay, so our first mess up for the entire weekend and the AU has not made it home. Andy was driving and not that matters, but she was doing really well. Nailed it to overtake because someone was going super slow. I felt a bit of a shudder. Didn't think too much of it. All of a sudden, temp through the roof. We shot a fan belt off, just shredded it. So we are about 60 k's from Mildura. We were planning on cannonballing all the way home tonight, getting home about midnight, but that's obviously not going to happen now. It's pretty warm. Luckily, we noticed the temp. Well, actually, Andrea noticed the battery light coming on. So, and I straight away said, fan belt, pull over, ASAP, pull over. And yeah, so we got a shredded fan belt and we got no reception. Well, we've got one bar. I've put out a post on Instagram to hope that we get some help. But bottom line is, I think we're going to have to unload this little Tirana, leave the car and trailer here tonight, hope it doesn't get stolen, and hit Mildura, come back in the morning. This is not what we wanted. Luckily we got a backup car.
Bye, AU.
Now we just got to hope that the AU is here when we get back in the morning. Alright, so before anyone picks on me too much about having a super greasy engine bay, I actually degreased this before we left, but I've since found that the power steering is leaking like a sieve. I've actually gone through a bottle of power steering there and back. So that's while we're handling this situation. But yeah, now I just got to work out how the serpentine belt goes on, which I've never done before. Just got to work our way through the maze and hopefully we can get this thing running. It's about 10:30. So far we're 3 hours into our ordeal. Right. So you'll notice now that it's daytime. We got here last night about 10 o'clock, I reckon, and turns out it was the wrong belt. The VCT model of this 4 litre takes a different belt. I didn't realise, my fault, and we had to turn around and go home. Basically, we got back to the motel at like 12 a.m. Had to get up first thing this morning, go to Burston's, get a new belt, and here we are. Next morning, 9:30, and it's finally running again. It's been a massive ordeal. We are knackered. We've done that many trips up and down this highway here the last 60 k's. So all that's left to do is put the Tirana on the trailer now and hope we make it home.
Yeah. Yeah, good.
Okay, so that's going to be a wrap on this episode. It was just pretty much an overview of what we've seen and what we experienced at Summernats 35. Overall, it's pretty much exactly what I expected. A bunch of awesome cars, but the scene was bloody feral. We've got to say, we probably won't be going back anytime soon. We'd really like to check out Rocky Nats or Red Summernats. We've heard really good reviews from both of those events. We'll probably try and check out a couple of those over the next couple of years. But as for Summernats, I think Andy's got a fix, and I think I have too. Thanks for coming back to another episode of the Iron Empire. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you all on our upcoming episode of the Iron Empire. Cheers, guys.